Welcome back to my humble shop, and here we've got my IKEA 48 watt laser, 48/24 watt laser, doing some work for me. And you can see it's actually cutting out the second panel of an Star Wars X-Wing fighter model that I've been wanting to build. It's from 21 CNC Studios. And I built one of their, my last build was a Millennium Falcon. And as you can see, the laser is busy cutting out, it's a 12 by 12 panel. Second set of parts. My first set of parts are all in this box here. They've been taken out of the panel, and then I've got a couple more panels to go, and then I can start building the thing. So there's the model on Lightburn. I've already printed this one. This is the one that's on the cutter right now, and then I've got these two, this one and a smaller one to cut out, and then I can start assembling. And I'll do the same thing where I'll go down into my workshop down, or work office, I guess, down the basement, and do a time-lapse filming of assembling it. So let's once this is all done, the 4 panels, we'll pick up from there. Welcome back to my little shop in the basement. More of an office than a shop, but let's not split hairs. Anyway, today we're going to be building an X-Wing fighter from Star Wars, and it's made by 21 CNC Studio, just like the Millennium Falcon one I did a few days ago. And in this case here, I've kept all the cut sheets. These ones are not numbered like the Millennium Falcon. I guess they recognize there's fewer parts, and it'd be easier to identify them all. So I've basically cut these all out of 4 12-inch square pieces of birch ply, plywood, basically. It's birch veneered, and then of course I pre-stained them before cutting them. It makes it a lot easier than having to stain in individual pieces. So what I do is I stain all the boards, and then I cut them out, and then they look nice right from the beginning. And then you don't get any of the glue stains, like if you stain the whole model afterwards and you glue it all together, then you're going to see glue blotches and all that stuff. So it's better to stain them first, I find. That's my technique anyway. So I've got all the parts here, instructions there, and I'm hoping this will go a lot quicker than the Millennium Falcon. That one took me the better part of the day, but of course it goes by real quick on hyperlapse or time-lapse photography, but nevertheless it eats up a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it back to time-lapse or hyperlapse, as my phone calls it, and we'll sort through the parts. We'll go through the instruction booklet that came with it online, and that I received actually with all the planning files and everything. And we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully it'll go smoothly. So without further ado, let's get to it. So what they didn't explain in the drawing here, when you're doing build 1 here, you have to build 4 of these units, and I just finished building the first one. I had to tear it all apart because these 2 pieces although they look the same, they're not. One has a square hole, one has a rectangular hole, and that's not clearly identified in the drawing. In fact, the oblique angle of this one, you kind of think they're identical, and when I put it together, I put it backwards because the center post has a wider pin on it. Anyway, I had to tear it apart, made a bit of a mess of it, so I might have to rebuild that one. But anyway, I might have to just recut it and build it, but we'll see how the other ones turn out and take it from there. Okay, that first part, the first build one, I hope that was the most difficult one because it was particularly tough because figuring out the orientation of those front and back pieces, and it's really small pieces and they tend to want to twist on you, and you really have to make sure that those grooves line up because you can actually put it in such a way that that the grooves don't line up and then it would be twisted. So pay very close attention when you're assembling that and take a little bit more time than I did. All right, I took a little bit of a break just to let this thing dry. And what I found was to assemble these drum things for the engines is I used the um, top pieces here from the other two engines to actually hold them in place. So what I've done is I've cut out some extras because I'm going to need these two and I'm going to need something to hold it, and I find it to assemble it, you push these pieces through here and they want to wobble on you. So I use these as guides up until the thing dries, which it has now. So now they'll fit properly. So as you can see, those pieces fit on the back side as well. So I cut an extra two of those pieces over here so that I can use these two pieces to do the next two engines. So, and then I cut some more of these. I didn't like the shape of this one, it's a little lopsided, so I've cut a few more barrels. I think for the most part the three other ones are fairly good, although it is kind of sticky with glue, so I think I can make two nicer ones with the extra ones that I've cut out. And it took only like 5 minutes, so why not make it look nice. So that's where we're at, and as I mentioned, we're on this assembly here, which is assembly number, what is it now? Let's just zoom down. Build 2, sorry. Build 2, and so I've got the first two done, and they're dry. That's why I took a time out and did some chores and stuff. And now I'll take on the next two, and then hopefully, because I use these as an alignment gauge on the back side, even though those are for the other two engines, I cut another two of them. Now I'm hoping, and I'm pretty sure they will, line up just perfectly when I assemble the whole thing. So yeah, it's going to work good. So there we're at. That's where we're at. Let's go back to hyperlapse. Well, if I didn't succeed. Anyway, I just did the last little piece here building the stand, and I didn't video that. I thought I actually did push play, but unfortunately sometimes in my old age I forget to do such things. So all it was really 3 pieces to go together, 4 pieces, and I just glued it, so still a little bit tacky. And on the video I got, I think, building 1 or 2 of these, I don't know, I think they're lasers or something like that. And anyway, the cockpit opens, and it's a really nice model, as you can see, of the X-Wing fighter, the one that Luke Skywalker flies. And there's even a little slot here for an R2-D2, although they didn't give me the R2-D2, so I'm a little bit chuffed with that one. But anyway, I guess maybe that's going to be another model that they're going to offer up. I don't know. So now we've got the stand. Just want to make sure it fits before the whole thing dries. Oh, there we go. And there you have it. Let's move it over here just so you can see a little better. And there you have it. The X-Wing fighter from Star Wars. And it came out really, really nice. You can see the bottom side. You can see the front engines and the little spear-like lasers, I guess. And the pointy end, opening cockpit. And that's the back end of it. So that is one more successful build that I think I did. Anyway, this one I did in much nicer. I didn't do it in MDF like I did the Millennium Falcon. I trusted that, you know, doing it in birch, and I pre-stained it, as I mentioned earlier in the video. And man, it really pops compared to the MDF. It just looks beautiful. So there's a few things I would have done, I could have and would have done differently, but it was a learning curve. But now I know all of the little shortcut tricks, and some of the pieces I got backwards, so I have to tear things apart and put it together so that the fatter tabs can fit in. And anyway, it came together quite nicely. So thank you for watching, and we'll see what comes up next. I don't know, maybe I'm done with Star Wars for a while, but you never know. So thank you for watching, and I hope this helps. If anybody buys this from 21 CNC Studio is the designers of this. So you go onto Etsy is what I did, and bought the plans for it. It comes with a, again, not the greatest, because some of the drawings, and there's not much of a written explanation on any of this stuff, especially when it comes to parts and pieces that have different size tabs. They can maybe do a little bit more work on that, but other than that, their models are just super, and it's actually challenging to figure things out on your own. So maybe it's you know, good for people to reverse engineer things like that, and get some experience in building models. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for hopefully another model coming soon.